Try to catch me howling at the moon.
So how do you wind up with a 700-pound sea lion gnawing on your skull while another one tries to rip an arm off your shoulder? In my case, you're just doing your job making marine life documentaries. You're underwater, filming some sea urchins near a sea lion haul-out, and you inadvertently either piss off or turn on a certain sea lion and one of her friends. These are Steller sea lions, the world's largest. The biggest males are over 10 feet long and weigh more than a ton. The females weigh in as much as the largest grizzly bears, and their teeth are bigger. They're ridiculously strong. Imagine leaping your 1-ton ass up out of the water and onto a buoy like that. Sea lions are also very curious, like puppy dogs. And just like puppies, they like to test everything with their teeth, and they like to mouth wrestle with each other, which I'm sure is great if you're another big sea lion. So I'm diving with a group of other naturalists, and suddenly we are swarmed by a mob of these underwater grizzly puppies. This is actually very cool for us. Being around big predators in their own element is always fun. And I love when you're instantly reminded that you're not the top dogfish in this environment. Here's one giving me a nice little kiss. The sea lions nibble on us and poke us, and it's all wonderful. Of course, I'm still trying to do my job, which is to run a video camera. I gotta hold it still, watch the screen, and try to keep cool things in the frame and in focus, no matter what is happening around me or to me. Even when the cutest little sea grizz is trying to eat my video light. What I don't realize is that another sea lion, a much bigger one, has for some reason singled me out from the time they all showed up. Watch this. Clap. And I am oblivious. I sense that something is behind me because of the pressure wave, but with a hood and a mask on, you don't have the greatest peripheral vision. Now, all of these sea lions have marks on their coats, like freckles. And this one has a big birthmark that looks like Minnie Mouse's head. So I'm getting pushed and nibbled the whole dive. But, I'm concentrating on what I'm shooting, and I'm just assuming that all of the sea lions are taking turns biting me just for kicks. After about 40 minutes or so, my buddy checks in and says he's getting low on air and that it's time for us to head to the boat. Fine. It's like 45 degrees down there, and I'm ready. It's been an amazing dive because of the sea lions, much better than sea urchins and all that. So as we're swimming towards the boat, the sea lions give us an escort. And so I start lagging behind, but I'm filming the divers, but I keep turning around because, I'm a photographer with some battery and some space left on the card who is surrounded by these very charismatic, large wildlife. I mean, look at these puppies. Look at those eyes. So up ahead, my buddy has a sea lion near him, so I try to catch up and film them. You want a human in the picture to see what's going on with this encounter. But then I feel like something is holding me back. And what's cool is that my buddy also has a camera with him, a little GoPro. And he looks over my head and he's like, this could get interesting. So he starts filming. So I'm trying to hold the shot still on these cuties. So I'm swimming, trying to get portraits of these guys. I have no idea that there is a 700-pound sea lion that's kind of riding on my back. I feel something kind of pushing me, but I have no clue that it would be a sea lion that wants me to roll over for some reason. And oh yeah, it's definitely Minnie. Look, there's her tattoo. So she starts nibbling, which is fine. They seem to have pretty good mouth control, so I guess they learn that from each other when they're playing, that they don't really hurt each other unless they need to or want to. But the bites on the head do hurt because they would grab you and it would pinch your hood, which in turn pinched your scalp, like grab the flesh, and that kind of hurt. But the bites on the arms and legs were just like pressure, strong pressure. If she wanted, she could give a big shake and just snap my leg. I've spent lots of time in the water with sharks and whales and other big things. And the secret to staying safe around them is basically just keep calm and don't do anything stupid. I know that this is probably some fun footage, so I just relax and keep shooting. Now, what I don't have video of is after the first round of biting on me, Minnie had to go up for air. So I roll back over and I just start swimming for the boat again, following my buddy. And boom, she comes flying down and body slams me, and I wind up on my back again. So you're like a turtle because you have this tank on your back. And so I'm turtle, legs waving in the air. And okay, yeah, this is still fun. I now I'm realizing this is going to be a good story for later at the bar. A few more minutes of pushing and biting, and she goes up for another breath. And again, it's like, wow, that was wild. And I turn around and start heading for the boat because now I'm getting low on air. Boom! She hits me again. And now I'm feeling a little extra mustard on whatever she's doing. No clue what I did to deserve this attention or why it's getting more intense. She definitely knows where our boat is. They're going up to the surface, so they see the boat and everything else. They know everything that's going on around her. We can't see the boat because the visibility isn't that great. But she knows where the boat is. And maybe she doesn't want me to go back there. And if something that big doesn't want you to do something, you're not going to do it. So, I don't know. This sea lion, maybe she's decided I'm the one. She wants us to haul out and eat herring happily ever after. I have no idea. And if I had known she wanted me to roll over, I would not have. But yeehaw, that either made Minnie's day or pissed her off. Either way, it got her very excited. She is now sending me some kind of message, and she's giving me the business at the same time. So all this time, I'm trying not to touch her. I just want to let her control the encounter. You don't want to, it's like with sharks, you don't want to react aggressively or they get more aggressive. So just trying to be calm. But then she slams me with her flipper. And flipper sounds soft and gentle, but a sea lion's flipper feels like a heavy metal bar wrapped in thin, wet leather. And trust me, that's exactly what it feels like when it hits you in the head. Okay, so no big deal. She floods my mask, no problem, stay calm. I grab one of my masks, try to keep the regulator in my mouth. Being squatted on by a 700-pound sea lion 40 feet down is okay, as long as you have air. But, lose the reg, or run out of air, and she still doesn't want to let you up, that could become a problem. At one point, things seemed to be kind of getting out of hand, and really what worried me most was when she slammed into my camera housing and kind of threatened to knock the dome board off. So I put up my hand and I gently tried to push her away, as gently as I could, and that was a big mistake. Minnie now, at this point, does not seem like a happy sea lion. Or again, maybe she's a very happy sea lion because I just inadvertently returned her kind of amorous intentions. I don't know. It's then that I started thinking this could get interesting. I did look up at my buddy around this time. This had now gone on for about 10 minutes, and he was getting impatient. He's signaling to me that he's really low on air, and I guess he's getting bored watching me getting mauled by a sea lion. And it's not like there's anything he could do. This thing could take out 10 of us. And then just as suddenly as she started, Minnie let me alone. She goes up for air again and does not slam me down. I kind of dust myself off and we swim back to the boat. A bunch of divers had already been up on the boat and they had missed all of this. So I get aboard and I am telling them about my incredible encounter with Minnie the sea lion, who was obviously in love with me. And one of the guys thinks about it for a second and goes, "How do you know it was a female?" It's true. You cannot tell the difference between an adult female Steller sea lion and a subadult male who hasn't yet grown his big mane. And really, it doesn't matter. Whether it was Minnie or Mickey, it was still an incredible encounter, and it turned out to be a great story.